G'day everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm going to try something different with this one. I'm going to do this project and record it as I go and then release it all in one hit. How long it takes me to do this project will be interesting. So I'll give you that when I'm introducing this today, it's Mother's Day. So it's, you know, what is it, the 10th or 11th of May? One of those ones. No, 8th of May, there you go. So it's the 8th of May. And I can probably guarantee this probably won't get done for another month or more. It'll take me time, but I figured it was better than me doing stuff and then I forget to film bits and then at the end and then you miss bits and stuff. So I'm just going to film it as I go through and hopefully we get a video towards the end. That's the plan anyway. So what I'm going to be doing for this one is using the Stamperia Vagabond in Japan papers mostly, and some other Stamperia papers. These, I'm just going to show you the papers that I've got, and I have more of these as well, but I just thought I'd show you the collections that I have managed to pick up, and they're what I'm going to utilise as I make this project. So this one has been in the pipelines for a while, but then I get sidetracked, and now I'm coming back to it. I feel inspired to do my Vagabond in Japan. This one will probably end up mine. I don't know. It depends on whether someone wants it at the end or something like that. Who knows? But I won't be sad if it remains mine because I can put all the photos of my trips to Japan in it. So that's the idea there. So let's have a look at the collections that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use Vagabond in Japan. He's going to be my main one. Okay, so the main collection. I love this. This is all me. It's vintage, steampunky, Japanesey. It's like all of it. Thank you very much. So these are the 8x8s that I've got here, and this is going to be the first, well, the main kind of base for this album. Well, actually, it's more than an album, which I'll explain to you in a sec. Again, after Alice, I'm going to go big or go home. I do small ones as well, but these are the plan is not to go small with this one. Okay, so that is Vagabond in Japan, and along with that, I also got the backgrounds. So I've got the background selection. So I've got a bunch of these. Backgrounds are always good, especially in album making. Sometimes you don't want an image there. You want to just be there so you can put a photo over it without feeling bad because you're putting it over a gorgeous image. So I've got the backgrounds collection. They're not in the right order. I've flipped through and just, looked at these over and over again as I've tried to get inspired as to what I'm going to do. I have the collectibles. So these are, again, just additional images that you can utilize. So I have these guys. I do have, I didn't get them out, I will get them out in a second. I have cut aparts, I have the lot. Okay, so I've got the collectibles. There's millions of flip throughs of these online. I do have the 12x12s of the Vagabond as well, but I'm not going to flip through them. And I have the Oriental garden. So we've got this one here. So I like this. It just adds to, gives more choices and more design that I can utilize in this as I am going along. So I grabbed this as well because I think they work fantastically together. So they are the packs that I've got, and then in addition to that, let's have a look at some things that I have collected to use as well. Hold on, I've got to pull things out. Okay. Alright. So this will give you an idea of some of the things I've had in mind. Okay, these are me playing around, so who knows what I'm going to end up with. Okay. Alright, hold on, I've got rice paper, lots of that. But I have the die cuts, so all of the Stamperia, the Vagabond in Japan die cuts, so they're all there, okay. They're basically chipboard pieces, they're not, they're thick, So I have them. And then I have things that I've collected. I've got rice papers, so I've got them. And then we continue to go on. I've had these since I went to Japan when I was 16. Okay, so little fake monies that I might utilise in some places. So a lot of this is, you know, stuff I've collected as well over years. Okay, this is what I got at a museum in Japan, the Tokugawa Art Museum. So they're just little bookmarks. Okay, so I've got them. But these are just, like I said, just I may use them, I may not. I've got like a little good luck token from a shrine. I have more rice papers. These are just some of them, ones that I have, some different rice papers and papers that I have from Japan. So there's lots there. I don't know what I'm going to end up using, but I have lots, if that makes sense. So I just grabbed it all and put it out. This is what I tend to do. Little origami papers. I've got origami paper everywhere, so that's there as well. I've got some of the decorative chips, so we've got them, and I've got them. I've got a bunch of stencils that I think could be utilised for adding texture, so they're there. I've got some envelopes and paper from, you know, the 90s when I went to Japan. I've got a calendar from 2007 of woodblock prints that I could utilise. Then I've got, when I go to Japan, I've got postcards. So I've got some actual postcards from Japan. And then I have little stickers, little washi stickers. I've got washi tapes. I have a lot of stuff that I might be able to utilise. So these are all little stickers of woodblock prints. So they're tiny as. And I could keep going, but I think you get the idea that there's a lot of things that I might pull from. Now, it's not to say that I will pull from it, but I might pull from it. So I like to have it available just in case I do decide to use it. And, you know, Japanese, I teach Japanese, so it's something that I enjoy and want. And so I have a lot of stuff there. And we will see what ends up happening at the end. But the base of it will be that Stamperia, so Vagabond in Japan, and the Oriental Gardens. So the plans. Now, these may change too. This is just me sitting down. I like to have a bit of an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm going to build a pagoda. I got it from the idea from Scrap and Create, but I've changed it, of course. It is me. I'm going to utilise some of her ideas and then change it around. But it will have shoji screens, kind of like I showed you before, that will open and close at the front. And then the top will be an inbuilt long box, which I'm probably going to put a journal in, a travel journal in. So that is the plan for the main part. And then I've got inside front and inside back, which are going to be mostly for storage of stuff that you might collect during your trip. And then let's get into the idea. So the idea when I come up with this was that I'm going into a Japanese compound. Okay, so into a ji castle or whatever it may be, and see kind of, you know, the progress as we go through. So the first one is the main compound gates. So this is going to open up and be the fortress walls. Okay. So that is that one, and it will open up into something. But these will be open, the big timber to hold the gates closed. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Then here is the shutters of the garden that are utilised by samurai and archers and stuff like that to manipulate and send people off paths, kind of like a maze and stuff. And you can also hide behind it for archery and things like that. So we're into the garden now. Then we're going to go to the main house gates, okay, and they're going to open up, and then we're going to go up the stairs. Okay, so we're going into the house now. Then we're going to go into the screens. The main strategy screens open up and walk through that. So we're into the house. Okay, and then I actually have been to a samurai house and stuff like that, but you also want to, you know, part of it is to kind of, especially in defense, is to get people to not be sure which way the screens go and where it's going to lead. And so secret passageway here. Okay, so that's what we've got here. And then we're into, obviously, rooms. So we've got places that we can hide in the rooms and so forth. And then into the wardrobes and the storage and stuff like that. So that, I don't know, I come up with crazy ideas. You know, the whole, I like to have a story behind everything I do, whether it's my colouring, whether it's my album, all of those kind of things. If I can have a story, it helps me create. It helps me imagine what I want from it. So that is the plan. What size is the album going to be? Okay, so for the base pages, we'll get the base pages sorted so that I can just come along and do a page at a time. So I'm going to have 4 pages in this, 8 front and back, okay? And I am using a piece of A4 paper, basically because the less waste I have, the better. So I'm going to utilise the whole piece of A4 paper. And an A4 paper here is 8 1/4 inches. So 8 1/4 by 10 5/8 or 10 3/4, depending on what kind of thing. So mine is 10 5/8. 11 5/8, sorry. Let's get that right. So you can make this from a piece of 12 by 12. And again, you can adapt this. If you've got 8 1/2 by 11, make it 8 1/2 by 11 and just do it the same way, if you follow along. That's kind of what I do. I just have a look at what people are doing and then adapt it to suit me. Okay, so how are we going to do this? We're going to make tunnels so that we've got extra booklet space in between each page, and it provides more structure anyway. So we're going to need 2 pieces of A4. Oh my gosh, my brain not working. And I will show you where we need to score for that. Like I said, minimal wastage. So basically we're not cutting anything. Okay, that's my example one. I'll show you where. All right. So we're going to cut on 1 piece. So this is going to be the front piece. So you'll see here it's all odd numbers. Okay. I just mark it in pencil so I know what I'm doing. We're going to go at 1/2 inch and then at 1 inch. Okay, and this is going to be our hinge. Okay, and allow us to have a little bit of a gusset there so it lays flat. Okay, so 1/2 inch, 1 inch, pretty easy. On the back section of that, if I can find number A, no, but whatever. It'll be an even number. Okay, so on the back section, we're just going to go 1/2 on one side, and then I just flip it around because I'm too lazy to figure it out over that side, and 1/2 on that side. Okay, and then what we will be left with are, I'm going to get this scoreboard out of the way so it's not in the background. It makes things a little bit easier to see. Okay, we're going to be left with our base tunnel page here. Okay, so what we've got here with number 1, I just like to put arrows there so when I'm doing it I know where it's meant to be and what things facing up. So I've scored it here and folded it. Okay, so we'll end up with this hinge mechanism. Okay, this will get stuck down, this 1/2, and this 1/2 here will be a gusset that will allow it to go. And then this one here, I folded these back. Okay, so these 2/2 inches, and it will eventually get glued onto this like that, which will then create a top insert for this. And for what I'm doing, I want a top insert for the way I've designed this, because it'll be open top and bottom but closed on the sides. So I've got a top insert there. So they are the base pages. And we will, when I do it, I don't like to put all the pages together. I actually like to work on them like this, and then I will put them together towards the end and then add the final bits of decoration. But I build most of it separately so I can put it together at the end, and I'm not trying to manipulate an entire album all the time. But that is kind of the idea of it. The idea of how I'm going to build the album, I still got to figure out how I'm going to do it, is basically like a Japanese cabinet. So it will come out and it'll have a closure and fold out and stuff. But I've just got to figure out in my head how that's going to work. Luckily I've got time. But yeah, so that is my project. When this goes up, no idea. Like seriously, it could be months from now. I'm not sure. Who knows? But it will be at some point that we continue with this. But yeah, so the next video will be page number 1. Hopefully, that'll be good. All right, I hope you like this, and yeah, hope you enjoy watching this all come together. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I do a lot of arty crafty stuff and colouring and things on this channel, and you know, do a lot of things. Some videos you may like, some you may not, but that's okay. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.